A few months ago, someone released a video of a politician saying things he never said. Within hours, millions saw it. Within a day, fact-checkers proved it fake. But the damage was done. That gap between viral spread and verification is the real problem with deepfakes today, and it comes down to how the technology actually works. Deepfakes rely on a specific type of neural network called a generative adversarial network, or GAN. Think of it like two competing artists. One artist tries to create a fake painting that looks real. The other artist tries to spot the fake. They push each other to improve until the fake becomes indistinguishable from the original. In deepfakes, one network generates the fake video or audio, and another network tries to detect it. The generator wins when its output passes as real. The technology needs thousands of images or audio samples to train. It learns patterns like how your eyes move, how your mouth shapes words, how your voice carries emotion. Once trained, it can swap faces, synthesize speech, or even create entirely synthetic people. The scary part isn't the technology itself. It's how fast it's getting cheaper and easier to use. 3 years ago, you needed serious computing power and machine learning knowledge. Now, open source tools run on consumer hardware. Smartphone apps can generate convincing deepfakes in minutes. Detection systems are falling behind. Researchers develop detection algorithms, but as soon as they're published, people build new GANs designed to fool them. It's an arms race. A detector trained on 2024-era deepfakes fails on 2026 deepfakes because the generative networks keep evolving. Meanwhile, platforms like Meta and Google are implementing watermarking systems that embed invisible digital signatures into AI-generated content. The idea is that detection becomes easier if you're looking for a watermark instead of trying to spot visual artifacts. The real solution isn't waiting for better detection. It's building trust infrastructure around the media itself. Chain of custody tracking, cryptographic verification, and metadata standards could tell you where a video came from and whether it's been altered. But that requires coordination across platforms, governments, and standards bodies, which is slow and messy. If you want to understand how neural networks learn to recognize images in the first place, that's already on the channel.